Yo, yo, yo! It's your favorite anime slash manga enjoyer Shields here, and One Punch Man chapter 169 just dropped, and it's a little bit of a shorter one, but there still is a lot that goes down here, and a good bit to discuss as well. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. Spoilers, obviously. The chapter starts off with Garou feeling the damage of the Zero Punch from Saitama in the previous chapter. So yeah, it turns out that Garou is actually still alive. We then cut to Genos and Saitama, who are confused onto how Genos' core is still in Saitama's hand intact. Genos then decides to attach one of his memory cables to the core, and then instantly learns everything that went down in the future and Saitama's battle with Garou. He then turns to Saitama to ask him if he remembers anything that went down in the future at all. To which we learn Saitama does not remember a single thing about his fight with Garou or all the other events that went down in chapters 166 to 168. Genos then comes to the conclusion that no matter what happened in the future, Saitama would always end up winning and saving the planet, even defying the laws of causality to do so. This just goes right through Saitama's head though. We then get to see Tario, who hears a voice in his head telling him to stand up. He instantly gets up, recognizing the voice, and sees a Force Ghost of the future Garou. The Force Ghost disappears, and Tario thinks to himself that he is dreaming. We then cut back to the current Garou, who is getting the crap kicked out of him by all the heroes that he hunted. Metal Bat steps in and tells the heroes to lay off, as the man is clearly already down. Sweet Mask then steps in and tells Metal Bat to rethink his decision, as it's already been chosen that Garou will be executed on the spot. Saitama then interjects, claiming that he will not let Garou be executed on the spot, and then follows up asking who took down Garou anyway. To which we learn, Flashy Flash was able to see a naked man appear out of nowhere and punch Garou in the face. Saitama thinks that this naked man was Blast, but it actually was him. So it turns out Blast is taking all the credit for taking down Garou, and naked at that, so it damages his reputation. Zombie Man then steps in to break up the beating down of Garou, to ask him if there was another source to his power, perhaps something like God. He then refers back to Homeless Emperor and how both of their power increases were very similar. Garou laughs his question off and just screams at Zombie Man to kill him already, to which Sweet Mask agrees and lunges in to finish Garou off. As Sweet Mask goes in for the kill, he is stopped by Tario, who grabs his leg and begs him not to kill his uncle. Upon hearing Tario say uncle, King connects 2 and 2 and decides to use maximum output of his King engine, which just makes all the heroes stop in their tracks and lay off Garou. The King engine, roaring at maximum output, actually gives Garou the chance to escape, and as he speeds off, he remarks on how they will all regret the decision to let him live. Out of nowhere, Metal Knight shows up out of the ground with thousands of his drones following. This is actually a good thing because Metal Knight is here to clean up the entire fallout of the battle that just took place. He also remarks on how most of the heroes have acute radiation poisoning, and he's here to take care of that. The chapter ends with Saitama walking off with Genos' torso in his arms, claiming on how they are going to get to Dr. Kasuno and fix him up, then see if they can find any remains of their house in the fallout. This chapter was a great wrap-up chapter in my opinion. However, apparently this is not the final chapter of the Monster Association arc. There's actually one more chapter remaining that's going to wrap everything up. So, if you guys have actually been watching my reviews of One Punch Man since my first video on chapter 166, I just recently caught up in the series, and I noticed that this chapter was kind of received kind of negatively. A lot of people weren't really liking it in the direction that it took. However, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really do like the route that the story is taking, and the fact that Garou and Saitama's battle has kind of been considered just kind of like a filler fight in the back is really funny to me. I kind of find it hilarious. So with that being said, I cannot wait to see what chapter 170 does to wrap everything up, and I will see you guys then. So peace.